Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Raptoria here in Surviving the Aftermath. Our people are surviving like never before with tons of buildings being constructed, and the new Part 4 update is finally here from the developers, and now we've got much more to do. So if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and click or tap that like button to let me know you'd like to see the series continue. We strive for 1,000 likes every time to keep our people alive and healthy and happy. They like seeing your likes. So thank you as well for supporting and just cheering me on. It's awesome. So welcome to all the new subs, and thanks for supporting as always. Well, Episode 2 is going to bring more of the same of Episode 1, expanding the city on some of our basic needs, but doing research that needs to be done. We're already researching our Tier 2 scavenger teams, and eventually we'll be moving down all the tech tree here. There is a lot of new stuff here in order to produce not only goods, but also food, and to secure the colony and to do more for trading. So stay tuned. There's a lot in store after Update 4 is here. The next thing we're working on is a medical tent. A few people have been injured from a few, I guess, quests or whatnot. So they're going to be bringing in some materials to build that thing, hopefully very soon. And it looks like scavenger teams have finished their research of crowbars, and scientists have finished the scavenger team research, and crowbars are ready too, so that's going to be more productive. And it looks like the scrapper can also claim more metal too. But what I wanted to do this time around is go for something like, for example, survival skills so we can produce more food. I'm afraid of our people being hungry, and I want to get basic farming started as soon as possible. So we're going to go for that one next as well, now that we've got the opportunity to get some more people employed. We have 7 people who are kind of just doing random tasks, but we're going to hire some more people, especially to gather plastic, but also for metal too. Plastic is extremely important right now, as it is our major resource that we don't have much of, since we've been building a lot of buildings that require it. We also have ourselves a wonderful scout. Brock is oh boy, ooh, somebody actually died due to an injury. Okay, well, we'll have to cover that evidence up. Oh boy, all right. Well, we're getting our medical tent up as soon as possible. The game, I believe, has gotten a little bit more challenging, as now there's a real length to doing things. Let's get some F's down below in that comment section, boys. Alexander, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, looks like somebody didn't die. All right, well, good to see that. Excellent, good cover up. All right, let's see. Look, there's there's commotion. People are fighting. Let's give them medicine. There we go. And +7 happiness. Good, we need that boost after somebody didn't die to death. All right, perfect. Okay, so yes, we were waiting for plastic to get this medical tent up and running, but it is taking a while to do. That's why I went immediately for crowbars to increase the gathering at the recycler, and hopefully they produce some goods soon enough. Looks like they produced at least 3 plastic there, and that's what we need to finish off the tent there, which is at 9 out of 12, so hopefully they get that done. But that's all part of the game. People will die due to interactions or storms or what have you. So hopefully we can continue to bring in research and make sure that's not a thing anymore. Looks like the museum is all out of research points. Good. We've got over 300 research points now. Excellent. Uh-oh. Colonist Sebastian is injured. Uh-oh. Nay. All right. We will see some more homes have to be constructed here soon for the eventual people who will come to live in the city. I think we have this building as a medium priority, but let's make it a high priority now for construction. There we go. They're finally constructing it. So this upgrade system, at the very beginning in the previous games, we were able to immediately hire 2 scrappers and 2 recyclers, but now we have to research it. So the ability to do things has been slowed down to all the research required in order to get things done. So we'll definitely be focusing on that. And the best way to minimize deaths is to make sure that food and water, those are the reasons that people will perish the most. So we need to make sure that we have enough of that. And we'll get somebody working in the medical tent very, very soon. As soon as it's complete, our people will come on over, and we'll see if we can... I think only 1 person will be allowed to work there unless we finish some sort of research. Yeah, unfortunately, it's only at like half capacity right now. We can only have 2 people in the medical tent without enough research for it. So hopefully the injured come over right away. It is now on them to come over. But luckily, nobody died. There's no possible way to absolutely confirm that at all. No evidence. And in fact, if there was, I'd bury it, probably somewhere over here. All the way over here. There we go. All right, let's go over to our specialist. He's ready for action again. And let's head north to the mountain range. And I don't think we can pass through the mountain range, so we'll have to go up here next. Although Brock has found a manufactory, which should just be called manufacturing plant or something like that. But anyway, 31 tools there. That'll be useful. Excellent. Very good. Well, this game is I love the challenges in this game now. It's getting more challenging without being a wall. Sometimes when games are being developed, sometimes when the developers provide an update, it's almost like a steep climb all the way up if they make a change. But this seems to be a nice increase to challenge without being too difficult. That's nice. Okay, well, we've got, let's see, we've got our scrapper, right? Yep, scrapper and recycler are working. We have people gathering food whenever they're not doing anything, and they're also gathering from materials nearby, too. So wood, concrete, plastic, and metal are all coming in. And then also we've got fiber coming in, too, which is great. I think we've actually switched to Google Fiber or maybe some other local place. We certainly sure as hell don't have Comcast. Screw them. So I'm glad that we don't have Dish Network, and we're directly connected to Wi-Fi. So that way Mom can't change the password. The unfortunate thing about the medical tent is that it can only hold 2 people, so that kind of stinks. So that means if there's some major disaster or something, we'll need to have multiple doctors standing by. Well, we have 3 people who are unemployed at the moment, which doesn't necessarily mean unemployed. They're still bringing stuff back and forth between buildings or they're gathering. But it means that we need some more people to do some more jobs. Eventually, we'll upgrade those fishing huts and whatnot. Do we have any more research to do? Survival skills is done. I need to remember to do that. I wish there was a thing that popped up constantly that was there as a constant reminder. Well, let's take a look. What would be the next best thing for us? I think I actually do want to do basic farming next. Skinning? Oh, that actually allows us to produce fiber from the trapper. That's very cool. Production, reclaimable materials. We have enough metal at the moment, but we will need more soon. Repair cost of emergency shelters. Some of these are just having to be researched in order... Oh, there we are. Nurses, medical training. I'd like to do something for homes next. Let's see what we can do for homes. I assume that's under colony. Let's see. Communal living. Yep. We'll probably need to build a tenement building next, so that way we can give our people... I think this can hold 8. Yes. Tenement building, much better than the emergency shelters. So let's get down that research line. And unfortunately, there's no way to line up research, but I'd like to see that in the future. So that way, if for sure you knew you needed something, you could assign 2 or 3 research. Otherwise, me, you know me, I'm forgetful. So sometimes I will forget for the research. So just keep in mind that it is something that I'll forget about and is just going to be a constant thing I must be reminded of. All right, let's go to the manufactory now. Grab as many of those tools as you can. You'll have to take 2 trips or more to grab all those materials. A colonist has an idea. Oh, unfortunately... let's see. She might be able to provide clothing for the colony if we give her fiber. So basically, she would be able to convert. Well, that's weird. Give her the fiber. -3 is not an option, yet we have 9 fiber there. That's strange. We have the materials required. Fiber, a refinable material. We have 9 in storage, but it says we can't give it to her. Well, that's strange. If I press escape, I think it cancels this from popping up. No, it doesn't. -1 happiness. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, well that seems to be a glitch, unless it has to be in this area. Maybe somebody was transporting it, but it shouldn't count unless it's actually sitting here. Ah, there it is. I think that guy... No, that's food. Well, that's weird. Okay, anyway, let's continue on. Again, it is an alpha, and it is constantly being worked on, so that might be a note for the devs. Alright, well, things are still being delivered. That's fantastic. We've got lots of food and lots of materials coming in. Water is definitely plentiful. We're going to need more plastic, I think. But we just don't have enough workers to do it. So if I build a building, it's going to sit vacant. So for the time being, we'll worry about that later. Let's see. It looks like this also needs some more materials too. That's where it's all been going to. Okay. Well, let's see. That'll be worked on in just a moment. And we've got our 2 fishing docks. Those look nice. I wonder if there's... yeah, the lighting in the game is beautiful too. That's another update. More dynamic lighting now from... the natural occurrences of the sun, but also shadows and such from things like the open barrel fires and things like that. Kind of like the channel, right, guys? That's an open barrel fire, too, isn't it? Okay, so we are getting a lot of food here. I think we need more, though, so we're definitely going to try to get more fish. Eventually, we can actually make cookhouses, which will prepare meals, which will make better use of the food, and their specialty will be almost like an 8-hour shift of making sure that they're making meals out of the most amount of food. Alright, good. Now we've got 8 plastic, 11 plastic. Good. Great to see. This will be done next. Specialist ready for action. Head back in and grab the rest of those tools, my man. And we're not desperate for tools, so we'll just kind of go to the next area. We'll pass the town next. So our accidental our oopsies bin. Some people call it a burial pit, but I'm going to call it an oopsies bin. Is getting ready for anybody who has an oopsies. Luckily, we don't have anybody who's died at all in the city at all. And there's no way you can prove it. Call the cops. Go ahead. Phone lines are dead. This is apocalypse. Alright, let's see. We've got ourselves a food Yep, okay. There's still plenty of berries to be gathered there. That's nice. Alright, and the tents are going up too. So we've got room for 16. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to save this next space for a tenement building, which was just completed. Good. Communal living research is done. So now we have room for 8, which should prompt more survivors to come to our camp with available living space. Let's see. Porcelain gives everybody plus 20 at the shanty. Interior walls gives plus 20 at the tenement. Looks like happiness is starting to become more of a thing in the game. But one thing I've realized is that I don't think happiness affects production. And if it does, it's hard to measure how much happiness equals how much production. But in the meantime, let's go for something else. Let's see. Durability. Well, that's going to be a... Let's see. General storage. I think we want to go down food lines. So let's go for, let's see, wider piers. It gives us an extra spot for the fishermen. Alright, I think that's going to be very important until we can actually start making meals. So we'll go with skinning and then wider piers, and then we'll go for pack tactics once we have enough people to start opening trappers too. So I'm very concerned about food. I want to make sure food is an absolute priority. So we're starting our next level of research. Good. And our specialist should be ready shortly. And the oopsies bin is being constructed now. Good. And there's still lots of resources here. Metal is down to 9 out of 85, but there's another 91 pit there. That'll bring in tons of metal. That's great. I want to research that next too, but unfortunately we need food. We're down to 23, and I want to make sure we continue to bring in food. And it looks like the tenement does not require plastic, so that's good. We've got plenty of the other materials for it. Concrete bricks we could definitely use some more of, but that's okay. Alright, back to the main menu. Let's go ahead and have Brock come on over and peek over here, sir. And we'll check out what's up here and then there, and we'll keep working our way around. Alright, where are we at here? We got ourselves the tenement building waiting for resources. And yeah, this area's here tough to go through here because we got nuclear waste all over. Skinning has been completed. Good. Let's go down to wider piers now. Good. And 2 people are arguing, I think. Dumpster diving. Go right ahead. Somebody's infected, but we got 12 metal out of that, so a trade-off. We'll go ahead and get them healed up at our fancy new medical tent. That's good. And let's see. So the skinning research is complete. And we're researching wider piers now so we can get a couple more people to work at the fishing docks. So that's going to be the next thing to go for. And all the extra labor is going to go... Wow, look at all those berries. Yes. Hopefully they immediately go for gathering food. We're getting very low on food, so it looks like we're making the right move now in prioritizing food production. And we can get people off the recycler. Actually, I think the metal, we'll probably get somebody off of the scrapper, and we'll start working on fishing. In fact, we might be able to shut it down completely and reallocate labor to continue to bring in food. Until we've got farming up. Farming will be very important. Alright, wider piers is done. Let's go for the pack tactics so we can start building our trapper and make use of that as well. And let's shut down the scrapper for now. Metal, we've got plenty of metal. So let's go ahead and reallocate labor to the fishing hut, which now produces 4 per day. I think that's what that means. I wonder why it says... I think it's 2 per person per day, but times 2 is now 4 per day. So that's good. So hopefully that gets us going. Alright, let's see if Brock can find some more stuff here. Hopefully food or something nearby. Looks like there's metal at the military base. That's good. That'll allow us to bring in the metal that we're losing out on. Good. Alright, and all other people who are free, any free hands can go towards gathering food. And we still want to bring in some plastic. You never know when we're going to need that. That's definitely going to be a resource to be used. Time and time again. Alright, now, should we build a trapper? Can we do that? We can. And it requires a little bit of plastic, too. But it is high time to build one of those. So let's see if we can get some trappers going down here. There's a very nice forest there, so I'd like to build one here. And I'd like to build another one somewhere else. Keep in mind, zooming out on the city map also brings you to the overworld map, so that's important to keep an eye on. And it looks like there's a nice area here too, so let's build another trapper here. And we'll have them go to work just behind the area. Okay, let's go for... oh, we don't have enough research points? Oh, we need 100 now to get to that level. Let's see if there's any basic stuff that can help us out that we haven't yet grabbed. Looks like we're going to need 50. So Brock needs to find some science buildings next. So this game has gotten a lot more difficult with you being limited on what you can do based on the increased amount of research. So that's kind of cool. You might have a lot of food in your city, but maybe you don't have a lot of plastic, so you'll have like a bunch of buildings made out of wood or something like that. Food is still dwindling. Very desperate for food now. I've known and called that many times, so hopefully we can make an immediate change to that. And let's make these buildings top priorities instead of the tenement buildings. Let's make these two top priorities. Alright, good. And let's even get people off the recycler. Maybe they'll go work at the construction sites. So no more working there. Go to the construction sites. Hopefully they do that. Alright, Brock's going to go grab some metal then. Oop. Didn't mean to zoom out like that. There we go. And Brock, as you see that explosion there, he took a little damage from fighting whoever was in the hangars. So we will bring him back to camp eventually and he can get healed up. But that's fine. He can still be out in the field for a very long time until he needs to come on back. Alright, we have 4 people who are ready to go trapping. So that's good. We've only got 4 fish in our city and 3 canned fruit. Well, the math doesn't work out on that. Oh, there it goes. Now it works out 4. Alright, the other thing is extending... people are not working 24/7, so an option to work on... shifts would be nice. I'm going to continue to hire people working at these trappers now. So we've got 2 people working at this one. So waiting for a builder. Oh, status is... okay, so they can produce 4 a day, plus fibers too, so that's very valuable for making clothing. And we'll have the same thing done here next too. So all of our production is now going to go towards food rather than anything else now that we're down to 5. It's getting a little scary now, but we should be able to pull it off. Everybody's working on food production. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 opportunities for jobs just in the food alone. Oh, it looks like we got some survivors here. Good timing. We might have additional mouths to feed, but they are bringing us 13 food and someone named Amorous. Excellent. He's got very good exploration skills, pretty good research, pretty good guy overall. He's just an average Joe. His name is Jeff. That's cool. All right, let's accept him. Wonderful. And now we have another person to go out and do scouting for us. Ooh, he's a very good scout. He can go 7 spaces. So that's our scout. So let's go down here. Ah, more research. Wonderful. We'll have him grab research and then finish up down here. Fantastic. All right. So now we've got some more people in the city to house and more mouths to feed, but they did bring in some food for us, so that was really a good call. I can't make this area any bigger, unfortunately, so we'll just have them go hunt there. And it looks like somebody's homeless, so we'll continue the construction of the tenement. Let's make that a high priority now. And Brock is ready to move again. Come on over here, sir. All right, machine parts. That's going to be very useful. We'll check in on those in a minute. Oh, it looks like Armis, we'll call him Jeff. Jeff is ready to go do some research. Good job, man. All right, we'll keep on doing research whenever we can. Oh, no, he cleared out the whole place. Damn. Nicely done. More research to be had, then. Let's go for more food production if we can. Larger larder. What the hell is that? Food storage increase. I don't need that. Communal eating is good, though, for the cookhouse. That's going to solve a major part of the food problem, but also basic farming will, too. Unfortunately, I think we just start with potatoes or carrots or something, but something's better than nothing at this point. So let's at least get the food problem solved. That is our biggest problem right now. And we added more people, but that's good, because we were able to fill those trapping jobs now. So that's really good. So people are on building the home. Beautiful. Very nice. I'm very proud of our city. Despite all of our setbacks, we are doing just fine. And we don't need anybody at the oopsie pit anymore, so thank you. Alright, the oopsie, what I call it, the oopsie hole? The oopsie bin. The oopsie bin, yes. Oh, well. Hopefully we don't see any more perish due to medical mishaps or whatnot. I think the most amount of people I've ever seen die in a city is actually from glitches in the game of people being stuck in the doors. If you remember the first few weeks of the game coming out, people would get stuck at like the fishing dock or whatnot, would not be able to go home or eat, so they would basically just die of hunger and exhaustion. But here we saw somebody have an oopsie because of injury, which is kind of nice. I've not seen that actually would kill somebody like that, so it's nice that it's not just hunger or glitches. It's actually injuries too, so you need to keep your people healthy with multiple medical options. And it would be nice, by the way, I'd love to see if the medical tent, if somebody has a job for a longer time, they become more skilled at it, just like in Foundation. So, for example, if somebody works if you're a new fisherman, you're not going to be as very good as you are on like your 6th month being a fisherman, or your 12th month. You know, doing it for a year will make you a lot more skilled. All right, let's keep doing some. Oh, looks like there is more research available for us. Go grab the rest of that, man. So there's going to be 17 left, I think. Is that true? Yes, there's 17 research left there. And this one had 23. So there's a little bit of sprinkling of research left, but I think we're going to keep exploring, and we'll go back. We'll go back for the resources later, the research. Right now we need parts and things like that for future buildings. Okay. Now, how are we doing on research? Did we finish anything? 5 hours remaining on basic farming. So our farmland is going to be here. This is a great area for us to grow some small crops to start with. So that's going to be very good for us. And where's that trapper, too, by the way? We could build another one over here somewhere. Yeah, might be a good idea to build a trapper as well. Though the farming is a really good thing because it's a constant resource of multiple types. So, for example, we can have fish and meat and potatoes put together into a combo meal, which is that's going to be a tasty burger, if I might say so myself. Excellent. Tenement building is ready for construction. That is beautiful. Basic farming has been completed. Good. Let's check out production again. Reclaimable materials. And then we can start wind power. So we can start getting electricity, which will let us have things like the sawmill and whatnot. Other things include kind of happiness upgrades. Let's see, upgrades to security, which isn't that great at the start. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the reclaimable materials so we can unlock power. And with power unlocked means we can start cutting down much more wood, and so we don't need to worry about scavenging anymore. So that's very important. All right, construction of the tenement begins. That will resolve yet another homeless problem. And farming is ready, too. So we can go ahead and lay out these farms and then put them all on chill mode. We'll put them on chill farming for now. It looks like somebody's been injured. So let's go ahead and build a few of these. So it looks like we can build 3 farms here. And we'll put a little space between them to make them look nice. And I think the farms are immediately readied. So we don't need to worry about them actually building the farm. It seems like they're just ready to go. Nope, looks like they need to be... I guess this is them technically tilling the soil or something like that. So we'll put all these on pause, except for one. But we've got them laid out now for the future. So we'll have that one be our first one. And the tenement has been completed. Wonderful. Homelessness has been solved. Brock's grabbing some resources there. Good job. There's nothing left there for him. Let's continue to scout with the Jeff. Jeff found some fuel. We can skip that for the time being until we find a car. That'll be very easy to bring back to base. Good to see all these people here working in the city, no problem. And it looks like they're building a farm. Wonderful. So we should have 4 helping hands ready to build. So I'm going to actually assign 2 farmers. We're going to try to do 2 different crops there. Food problem looks like it's starting to get better. 28, 27, not bad, but I want to keep increasing that. Not until we've actually researched the cookhouse will that be solved. So we'll go for potatoes, and then we'll go for corn next. And let's go for wind. Wind power is a little more expensive because I think it produces more electricity, 14 as you can see, as where solar power is 8. But we have to use machine parts, and also it requires maintenance. So until we've got something up for that, I think it might be good to go down solar power too. So let's go for, well, let's go for them both actually, because we will eventually get higher quality wind power. So let's go for that one first, and then we'll try to go down and see if we can get some other stuff like power saws, for example, which will unlock the sawmill. Those will definitely be important later. This really feels like a whole new game. That is crazy. You could play this game 1,000 times, but now it's much different because of the updates to the whole research system. And you're very limited in what you can do. Everything has to be researched and found out. Essentially what these people are doing is, we know we need a windmill, but how do we build it? And if we build it, how do we connect it to a power bank? And how do we build the power bank? And what materials does it take? And how many people does it take to build it? And how long does that take? And if we build it, what kind of maintenance are we looking forward to? And if we maintain it, what kinds of greases and oils and cables and other things do we need to really, get the most out of it? That type of thing. All right, corn and potatoes are growing. That is wonderful. 2 people to work on that. And then we've got 2 transporters around, 2 carriers that will definitely bring materials back and forth to other areas of the camp. And they are working on gathering materials as well. All right, the next thing we're really looking forward to is a big group to come in. Hopefully a bunch of people show up next so we can get more and more jobs fulfilled. That's going to be very important. Let's go south now. I think all the parts there have been taken. And we've got ourselves a camping site, which will provide us with plastic. Not bad. And also, we have ourselves a bandit camp. All right, and they're sitting on 30 resources of tool parts. So we'll have to make sure we do that. It looks like he's got 12 there. So we might have Brock come back to camp very soon. Alright, so let's see if the farming can be expanded on. I don't think so. Food is sitting at 34. That's going to skyrocket as soon as we're done with that cookhouse research. And wind power is about 7 hours away from completion on the research. Alright. Okay, well, I want a lot of free people now to gather planks and concrete. That's really the only way to gather wood is by sending out scavengers. And it looks like the road is relatively complete, too. Nice. Somebody just abandoned concrete bricks right in the middle of the road? Or, wow, imagine that. Like, you're counting down the hours until work is over. You got 10 minutes until your shift is off, and then so you decide to take a thing up the road, and then shift's over, and then you just abandon it in the middle of the road. What are these people? That is like when you go to the grocery store, and there are people who left their carts out everywhere, and they don't push them in, and they don't put them into the corral, and there's just a cart pushed up against a lamppost, and it's just disgusting. Use your blinker, push your cart in, push your chair in. Come on now. Do this for other people. It's not all about you. Do things for other people. So that way they don't have to clean up after you. It's ridiculous. Some minimum wage high school student. I never did this job, but there's some kid who's just making minimum wage. Just make his life a little easier. If one person does a little bit extra, we can save everybody a lot of time and money. All right, speaking of time and money, let's do some trading now. He's got the best deals in town. Well, who might this be? Looks like we have the Wandering Merchant. We get 5 medical kits if we trade him for 15 metal. That's a good deal. That's a very good deal. We could have gotten research if we had potatoes. That would have been a very good deal, too. Components, that's okay. That's an okay deal, and it would have been a no-go on clothing. But this one is probably I would have taken research first, then probably this one, and then this is like a very close third, so let's go with that one. So we got some more medical kits, just in case anybody gets sick, I think. Medicine 15, I think that's for if they have sickness, so that's good. Let's see. Oh, we have somebody who's now finally an adult, so we have an extra laborer with us now. Very good. And wow, look at that, a giant pit of just disgusting nuclear waste. Wow. Let's see, this guy's attack is 3, and I don't necessarily need tools at the moment. Right now we've got 3, but we don't have enough people that need tools yet, so let's go over here. And we're going to continue to kind of spiral around our camp and find out what else is new, This guy's got a lot of tools, though, and those machine parts, so he's going to come back to camp after scouting this area, I think, unless we find something good. 37 concrete. Might be worth fighting over that. So we'll go stop by there soon. Alright, folks, that is it for today's episode of Surviving the Aftermath number 2 for the 4th update. If you guys want to see more of this, you know what to do. Click, tap, blow up, destroy that like button. You've all been wonderful, so thanks for your helpful hints and tips and tricks. And thanks for bearing with me as we're playing this as almost a whole new game. That tech tree has revamped the entirety of the game, and I'm happy to be back again. And so are you for more. So I hope to see you next time. Take care. We'll see you soon.